Good morning. It's Laura here from Your Last Resort Home Organization and Staging based in the Annapolis Valley in Nova Scotia. And it's Friday, so I'm back with another weekly video series to give you some tips on how to get organized. So before we get going, you might notice that I'm not in my regular location. I'm actually filming from a hotel here in Fredericton. Just as an aside, really excited. I'm here in Fredericton because my oldest son Daniel is competing in the National Science Fair. So I'm really excited to be here in Fredericton. So while I was here in the hotel and it's quiet, I thought I'd jump online and give you another weekly video. So today what we're going to be talking about are some online tools and tricks to get yourself organized, especially when you're putting together an event or working kind of on a group project. There's so many great free online tools, and I just wanted to point out some of those because I do get a lot of questions through my other side of my life about some ideas of things to use. So I just thought I would create a video and share that information with you this morning. So just as a little bit of a background too for about me, one of my degrees is in public relations. So through that we do a lot of event planning, fundraising and things like that, and group projects, things like that through the public relations field. So because of that, I do love event planning, and that kind of role tends to fall to me a lot in a lot of volunteer organizations as well, and I love it. So I just wanted to share a few tips with you. But first of all, one of the biggest things when we're talking about organizing, first of all, as well, is organizing your inbox. This doesn't really have anything to do with event planning, but it does with your computer system. So many times I hear from people, oh, I've got thousands of emails in my inbox that I haven't even read. Sometimes it's like, I don't know, like a badge of honor to say how many unread emails you have. Well, there's a lot of things that you can do to reduce the clutter of your email. The first thing that I highly recommend is going through and unsubscribing to any of those automatic newsletters that you don't want to receive or that you're not reading or you're not going to have time. A lot of times, like when you go to a store or something, they ask for your email and they're sending you information or coupons or flyer, I don't know what, but it tends to clog up our email system. So if you go and open that email, scroll all the way to the bottom, there should be, legally, I think there has to be an unsubscribe button at the very bottom. So go and unsubscribe to anything that you're not reading. I know personally, like with on my other side of things with Valley Family Fun, if you unsubscribe, that's great. I don't mind because if my numbers are under 2,000, then I don't have to pay for the system. So just subscribe to the things that you want to read. That is a huge time saver, and you will notice that that will unclog your inbox immensely. Okay, so first of all, unsubscribe to any emails and things that you do not want. All right, so second of all, I want to talk about Google Docs because this is an awesome free system through Google that you can use, and it is so helpful. So I'm going to try and flip my camera around. Let's see if this works. I tried to set this up here. Okay, so we've got, I'm going to see if I can show you my computer. So this is my regular Gmail account. And if you go, I don't know if you can see my mouse up here in the top corner, there's little squares here. So you need to, in order to use Google Docs, you need to have a Gmail account. Everybody, you probably need Gmail accounts for just about anything anyway. So it's a good thing to have. So I always open it up through Gmail, but if you don't have to, so you can just go to Google Drive as well. So click on these squares here, and we're going to click on Google Drive, and that will open up our drive. So I'm actually going to flip over here to this page, which I already have opened. So when we are working on Your Last Resort, with Jennifer, Raina, and I, we have a shared Google Drive, and this has all the information that all three of us can access at any time. So here, I'm not going to open these files because it does have confidential information, but excuse me, each one of our clients is listed in here with a file and their contracts and some images and plans and stuff that we're working on. And that's all there. Forms that we need to get, anything that we need to access. We can have a shared Google Calendar, but For us, we prefer to have something that's quite visual. So this is just a template that I got through the Google system as well by adding a new Google Sheet here, which is just like Excel. This works just like Microsoft. So if you know, Google Docs is just same as Excel. There's Google Sheets here, and Google Slides is like PowerPoint. So it works exactly the same. So anytime we have a file that we're working on our own computer, you can just new, and you can go file upload right here, or upload an entire folder, and anybody who is shared on this folder has access to that information. So this is how we function primarily through through Your Last Resort, just to have all the information together that we have. We share it, marketing materials, insurance information, that we can all access all that information all the time. The other point through here that I really like too, that I use a lot through Valley Family Fun, is let's see how I can new under more, and Google Forms. I love using Google Forms, and actually I just was pointing this out to a friend of mine the other day who needed to take a survey amongst their members. I think they were looking to know what gift to get to the leader for that group, and they wanted to do a little private survey. So Google Forms is works just the same, where you can put in your title, and then you can build questions below and have people answer. And all of the answers that people give you will automatically go into the Google Sheets, or like an Excel spreadsheet, so you can see all the answers, and that will be private just for you or whoever shared within that folder, that you can see what the answers are. So I use this extensively, especially, as I say, for Valley Family Fun, when I'm running any of the draws. I use that. So that is a great thing, the Google Forms for online surveys. I have to say too that all these tools that I'm showing you are extremely intuitive, because as my husband will tell you, I do not read manuals. I really don't. I like to just go in and instinctively know how to do something without having to spend a lot of time to learn how to use a program. I'm terrible that way, but that's why these tools are so good, because it is so intuitive. So Google Drive, as I say, works just the same as like Microsoft, all those programs. So if you're familiar with those, then you can easily use Google Drive, and I highly recommend it. And that way too, as I say, sometimes like if we're working on a business plan, we'll have one copy of the document in the plan, so that we're not sending multiple copies around and you don't know which one is the most recent or up to date. So keeping everything in Google Drive is a huge benefit, especially when you're working on group projects. Okay, so that's Google Drive. And I say, if you have any questions, just write the questions below, or pop them into the screen. I can see when you're asking a question below as well, and we can share the information. This is just such a brief overview, but hopefully give you some tools. Okay, my second one that I really like is called Evite. Sign Up Genius is where I'm going next. Sign Up Genius is a great program as well, and this is free as well. You just log in, make yourself an account. So this Sign Up Genius I like to use if an event is happening over multiple days, or there's multiple days that you need people to sign up for. This is when I primarily use it. You can also use it if you have a one-day event and need people to sign up to bring something. That's fine too. But as I say, I primarily use Sign Up Genius if an event is happening over a long period of time. So I'm going to give you an example of one here that I've created. This is for nursery duty at our church, and we had a lot of, so we've got all the Sundays listed here, and the times, and how many people are I don't want to show you too many of the names and things in there, but and I created 2 slots because I needed 2 people to sign up each week, and it's already in the system. So when I send the link to the people that I want to have them sign up, they click on the date that works for them. They enter their name and their email, and then it's automatically entered into the system. And then the system will send an automatic reminder to the person to say, hey, remember you signed up to be in the nursery, or you signed up to work the school drop-off loop in 2 days from now. So I love that feature that the organizer does not have to send out the reminders. Now, a big thing to take note of though is that I find a lot of the times the reminders for these do go into junk mail. So that's maybe something you want to write in the description here. Make sure you check your junk mail because I find, as I say, those reminders can go into junk mail with any of these programs. What I like about Sign Up Genius, the person can also enter their text number so they can get a text as a reminder rather than an email, and that's really nice in this system. Again, there are so many features and ways you can set it up for repeating days or a single day. It's all very, very intuitive. It makes it really easy to know how to use. Sign Up Genius really like this. I know Center Stage was using this to have people sign up to do the front of house. We've used it for the car drop-off loop at KCA, use it at the church. We use it for everything. signupgenius.com. Free tool, really easy to use as well. So I love Sign Up Genius. Okay, so the next one that we're going to talk about is Evite. Evite is another great system. This one I kind of tend to use more personally if it's for a party or an event. It's a really great system. What you can do is you go in and you build your party page here. And then, I say I'm trying not to show you too much personal information here, so I'm kind of flipping through it. And so you can add your details of your events. You add your guests here. And then you can also put in a section where the guests can sign up to bring something. You can have a checklist of what you want them to bring, and then everybody can see what that checklist is and see what's still missing that you need for your party or your event. You can share photos of your event. You can also see who else is invited and their responses, and who's going and who's not going. And you can also add a section where people are allowed to bring guests and they can write down who they're bringing. So as I said, this is called evite.com. This is free. There are some invitations in here that you do have to pay for, but I just look for the free ones. And I like to use this more on a personal level. As I say, if I'm planning for example, I just planned my birthday party, so I use this to send out the invitation, and it just keeps track of it. I used to just have a piece of paper and a pencil next to my desk, and I'd write down who was coming or who couldn't come. And now the Evite keeps track of everything, everybody, and I can write down who's bringing what and how many people are coming in, who hasn't even opened it yet. Because again, some of these things go into junk mail. So if I see that one of my friends has not opened the invitation, then I can send them the link through Facebook Messenger and say, hey, make sure you click on this link and see the invitation. So evite.com, really great, as I say, for party planning. Love this one too. It's very, very, very intuitive, and makes it very easy. You can pull your guests and sign up for gifts and a whole bunch of really fun things. That's Evite. I know I'm going really fast, so if there's any questions, just please message me or write them in the comments below. Okay, next one is Doodle. I love Doodle as well. I love all these programs. So Doodle is a great way to eliminate a massive amount of emails as well. All of these programs are really good because traditionally, if you're trying to plan an event or something, you're sending a group email to a ton of people. Everybody's replying all, so you're getting 100 emails. You're not sure what is the latest schedule. You just don't know because there's so many emails going around. I know my sister-in-law gets very overwhelmed with too many emails going around. So this is a way, by using these systems, is a great way to counteract how many emails are going around, because you're just sending the one link and everybody can link in and just see what everybody else is doing and find the most up-to-date information. Okay, so Doodle. Love Doodle. This is great for when you're trying to find what date to host your party, host your event, or things like that. So what you do is you go in, and much like the other programs, you create what your event is. So again, we were having a Lego celebration for my son's Lego team, and we were trying to find a date that worked for all 6 of the families. So I put a little blurb here where it is, and then what I can do below is I can select on a calendar what days because I start with my own calendar and I choose the days that I want people to vote on, and I can put in the times. So then I send this link to everybody, and then they click on the link, and then they can go in and check which of those days work for their families. So, and then when I get the responses back, I can see very visually, very quickly, what date works for us. So you can look right here on my chart here that Saturday, May the 11th was the day that everybody was able to come. So guess when we had the party? On May 11th. So this is such a great way, again, eliminating 100 emails back and forth and around. Can you do this day? Can you do this day? How about this day? Doodle.com is the answer to finding out what days you can do things, and then you can find a backup day that works best, or touch base with the one person who can't come, and that way when you're planning an event you can say, we'll do it, the day of the majority is going to be your date of the event. So that's Doodle. Again, extremely self-explanatory when you go in, and that's why I love it. You don't need to know how to do anything or read any manuals or anything like that, and I love that. Okay, so that's doodle.com. Now, the last one I want to show you is called Perfect Potluck, and this is one of the very first systems that I learned how to use. And this is a fantastic, originally it's created, it's called Potluck, and we first used this program when I think it was for Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving dinner, again when my sister-in-law was saying, there's too many emails coming around, I can't keep track of who's bringing what. So I went online and I did a little bit of research, found this great free online tool called Perfect Potluck. So so what we do is you put in a description here at the top of what your event is, and then down below you list all of the things that you need. So for example, if it's for a family Thanksgiving dinner, I would write down turkey, we need 1 of them. Vegetables, we need 4 of them. Rolls, we need 1. So you write down all of your items on your left-hand side and the number beside it of how many of that things that you need. So I'm trying to not let you see the private information, but you can see that comes up. So then you send the link around to people, and they click on what they want to sign up to bring to that meal. And that's how this system is supposed to work, is for meals happening on one day, on one event, and you can go from there. So I kind of use this system for other purposes as well. I like to use it for event planning. So our school spring fling is coming up in June. And so I had a whole bunch of things and actions that needed to happen for Spring Fling. So we needed people to bring barbecues. We need people to sign up for barbecuing. We needed people to bring cookies or other items like that. So because it's happening on one day, I prefer to use Perfect Potluck. So I'm going to see if I can eliminate some of this private data here, but sorry, not doing so well here. Anyway, so you can go down through. So I needed 8 coolers, and here the people can sign up for the coolers. I even put ticket sellers, and I put in the times and how many people I need for each item. So that is all there. And I can go back through the system and see who signed up or what is still missing, so that we can put out another call for people. Again, like with the Sign Up Genius, the person who's signing up goes in, puts in their name and their email address, and a reminder will automatically be sent to that individual through email to say, hey, remember you said you would bring a cooler in 2 days time from now for a Spring Fling. So I love that. But again, a lot of those go into junk mail. So you need to make sure you let people know that the reminders may go into junk mail, to check junk mail or make sure it's on the safe sender list. So that is one of the troubles too. The other thing is too, with using this, like as I say, I've used this if we're running a camp and I need craft supplies and cookies and other volunteers things too for a particular date and seeing the word perfect potluck on it, people tend to get a little bit confused, not realizing that it is a sign up sheet for the entire event. So you have to be very clear on that. But if you use it a lot, it's something people get used to and get used to looking for to know to click on this system. The other thing is I've never used this feature, but I'm sure I will in the future. It's called Send Them a Meal. So, if you have somebody who is not well or is going through a hard time and you're making up a roster of meals to send to somebody, that is, you can track it all through this system and have people sign up to take meals on certain days to people. So that is another great component of the perfect potluck. So you can do it for your own thing. So as I say, you can do it for a family meal, for one particular meal. I love using it for events as well, that are events that are happening on one day. Again, if you're doing an event that's happening on multiple days, need people to sign up for multiple days or multiple slots, then use Sign Up Genius. But Perfect Potluck is great for a one-day thing. And again, it is so easy to use. I didn't have to watch a YouTube video on how to learn how to use it. You just go in and just start clicking and it will all make sense. So I'm going to flip it back around here and back to me again. So those are some of my favorite free online tools that I use to help keep organized and keep track of everything with all the different events that are happening and that I am planning. And as I say, I do get a lot of questions on how to plan events or have people to sign up in a straightforward, easy way. And that is a great way to use these tools. So just again, Google Docs, Sign Up Genius, Evite, Doodle, and Perfect Potluck. So if you have any other suggestions of tools that you use to help you keep you organized when you're putting together an event, and as I say, as an event, it doesn't have to be like you're planning spring fling for the school or something big like that. It can be your family Christmas dinner. It can be a birthday party or anything like that. So when I say planning an event, it doesn't have to be something massive. These tools are great for that. And as I say, it helps to eliminate email clutter. With a ton of emails going back and forth, you can see what's going on very easily and what your gaps are. So I highly recommend using those programs. So if you have any questions, just write them in the comments below. Or if you think this video was helpful and want to share the information, I would really appreciate you sharing the information so other people can learn as well. And by liking the video as well, it helps to have the video show up in the news feed so that more people can see the video and learn from it as well. So those are just some quick organizing tools from Your Last Resort. And so we do more than just organizing events and things like that. We can help you come in and organize your home as well. So if you need any information on getting organizing or downsizing or anything like that, we'd love to come and help you. yourlastresort.ca, and happy to keep sharing the information. And so we should be back next week. We'll be live, and I believe next week I'm going to be going to the Kentville Library and having an interview there with Julie and talking about how we can get organized with the libraries, and lots of fun ideas and things happening there as well. So until next week, we will catch you later. Bye-bye.